Welcome to the Daily Drop. Remember that for the month of September, I am offering a daily drop of human design / content / business wisdom to get you through the month of September and get you really on fire in your business. Today, I'm answering a listener question. And if you have a question that you would like to have answered live on the podcast, I have put the link to my SpeakPipe in the show notes. So you can just go there and leave a quick little audio. Please do make it concise so that I can play it on the podcast and answer your question. You don't have to leave your name. You'll just hear your voice on the podcast in a future episode. So today we are answering Sarah's question.
Hi, Vicki. I'm a manifesting generator and I have a lot of trouble consistently creating content. So I would love some advice around that. Thanks.
I love this. I love this so much because I think that consistency is something that we think is different than it is. Let me explain. I think that when we hear the word consistently creating content, we think that we need to be creating 3 reels a day, posting every single day on Instagram, creating a blog post every single week, emailing our list every day, every week, whatever it is for you. I'm going to challenge you a little bit and say that because you are human design informed, because you understand how your human design works, you get to work with the right timing that's in your design. You get to work with your strategy. So Sarah, as a manifesting generator, is here to be in response. And let me tell you, as a manifesting generator who is killer at creating content in response, this whole 30-day episodes was because I had so much content running through my body that I'm like, oh my God, I can totally do 30 days of episodes on that. It's not that I'm special. It's just that I have learned to really lean into this response. So here's how I would do it. Here's how I do it as a Manny Gen. As my body, because I do feel like it's in my body that is responding to things, as my body is responding to the things that are happening around me, the things that are coming up in Facebook groups, the things that clients are asking me, the sessions that we're going through, the workshops that I'm doing, all of this stuff is coming up for me to respond to. I still do things, write things down on note paper. So I have a mess, an absolute manifesting generator mess of notes. And I have a practice of every week going through my notes and getting them into my Trello board so that I know what I have when I've been in response. I also voice memo myself. If I'm out walking and I get an idea or I respond to something I've heard on a podcast, I give myself a voice note. And once a week, I take all of that stuff and I brain dump it into my Trello board. Trello, you can use the free version. And I think I might have done a podcast episode on that before. I'll look it up. And if I did, I'll pop it in the show notes for you. If not, we could totally do one on this 30 days daily drops. So back to the conversation around consistency. I'm a huge fan of having a skeleton of content scheduled out. I love social media schedulers. My very favorite is SmarterQ. I will pop my affiliate link into the show notes for you so that you can check it out. With that affiliate link, you get twice as long to try it out. So it's really worth going through there. And I appreciate you for giving me a little bit of a kickback. What I love about SmarterQ is that for every post you create, you can create as many versions of it as you want. So you can create different text with the same picture. You can create different pictures. What I normally do is create 3 versions of the same post and schedule them out like 3-4 months in between. So that every little bit I come to a month where it's like, oh my gosh, I have like 30 posts already scheduled this month. But consistent doesn't have to mean daily, right? So when you form a skeleton of content, what I would love for you to think about is what is the minimum amount of posts that I want to have? And it could be 3 a week. It could be 2 a week. It doesn't have to be daily. And then when you schedule that out, when you are in response, again, we're talking about manifesting generators here. So when you are in response and you get all of that stuff out of your head and onto paper or into a voice note or into your Trello board, trust that the energy of that response will be there when you actually have the time to create the content. And then create as much of it as you can in your content creation block. Another thing that can work really, really well is if you can grab the content creation block in your calendar when you're actually fired up and in response, then the stuff will just pour out of you and you can create as you go. Sometimes I have the space in my schedule that I can do that where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm firing off things. And I can sit down at my computer and in 2 hours, I can crank out at least 30 posts, but maybe more. At least 2 blog posts and then a bunch of pins to go with them and then extrapolate the Instagram content from that. I hope that's making sense. I feel like I'm more fired up than usual here. And I hope that it's coming through in this quick episode how you can be in response. So I guess what I'm saying is redefine consistency. Redefine consistency for yourself. None of us has to be on every single day. And I've had this conversation with this listener before where she has said, you know what? The posts that I try to crank out just to feed the algorithm do not do anything for me. I get zero engagement. But when I create something in response, the whole place just blows up and I get tons of engagement. I get DMs, I get people wanting to work with me. So that's your magic as a manifesting generator. So don't fight it. Just lean into the fact that my consistency is going to be when I'm in response. That's what I am going to call consistency in my life as a manifesting generator. If you would like more on this, or if you are a different human design type, go back to Workshop Week. I believe it's from episodes 45 to 50 on this podcast. And it's Workshop Week, and it will take you through 5 days of actually aligning with your human design to create content that brings you paying clients, which is what we're all about, right? Because if you're just cranking out content and it's not bringing you paying clients, what are you even doing? That's today's daily drop. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Remember to hit the follow button so that you get notified when the episode goes live in the morning.